Hello, I'm Kurtimer, and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Blue with our Monotype run. And we were lucky enough to get Water type. If you didn't see the first episode, go check that out, get all caught up, and yeah, let's just jump right in. So, I did a little bit of grinding off camera, not too much. We got Leviathan, our Magikarp, up to level 10, just to even it out a little bit, and subsequently Torque got to 19 with that from constantly needing to switch out. And yeah, we're ready to keep going. I'm gonna try and get through Mount Moon in this one because, well, I want to progress, and I want to level up. I want to level up Magikarp, and the best way to do it is just to fight trainers, because you get like 30 experience from fighting like these wild Pokemon, constantly switching in and out, and that just takes so long to do. I don't want to fight him because I think he's got electric types, and that would be very bad to run into right now. So we'll just grab some items and fight this guy because he's got bug types. Bug's easy. Bug's weak. Bug can't handle our water advantage. I was just gonna drown them. That's a really sadistic thought. Drowning bugs. For people, yeah, everyone's done that though at some point. Like pouring water on an anthill. So cruel. It's a very classic kid thing to do. When I was a kid, ants were just annoying. Just bite you and crawl over you and steal your picnic stuff. Escape rope. That would be useful if we want to get out of here real quick. To heal up. Air sounds a lot like Mewtwo. Probably like very small changes to the actual sound. I think you're grass type, so I'm gonna go around you. I am gonna avoid a few trainers. If I don't really see a point to fighting them, especially this early when we're just gonna risk like getting status ailments and whatnot. There's no point. I think she's got grass types anyways. No need to put us through that kind of, I don't know what the word is, not torture. That kind of stress, let's say. Lord knows no one needs any more stress in their life. Oh, this is the room that has the extra. What's TM1? Dynamic Punch in the Gen 2. Mega Punch! Nah, I'll hold on to that. Like this Team Rocket guy. What a big job here. Get lost, kid! Oh, I think not. I'm gonna undermine your entire organization, and I'm only 10. Oh, crap. That doesn't bode well. That's okay, he's not gonna do very much damage, as long as I don't keep hurting. Damn it! Come on! Please don't be confused. Come on! Oh, thank God. Thank goodness. Yes, let's switch, because we might still be confused. Who knows? Game's rigged anyway, sure. It's not fair, it's not going my way. Oh, don't poison me too. Oh, I guess I'm saying it because I'm gonna say it and it's gonna jinx myself. Get a little worried there. Just a wee bit worried. Nice, critical hit. Yeah, we're gonna be pretty over leveled for this area. Level 19. Pretty sure Misty has level 21. Her highest level Pokemon's 21. So this will work out nicely. Where am I going? Down. Can I get too ballsy though, because Oni revives and Magikarp can't defend itself yet. So, and each time I switch out Tor, he's gonna take a little chunk of damage, right? And I need to be a little wary. Make sure that we don't put ourselves in a nasty position. Oh, I forgot to save earlier. Oh, do that. There we go. Moving on. I think the next few trainers are all, yeah, they're all hikers. So this will be really simple. They only care like Geodudes and maybe a Machop. Yeah, I've played, I think I've played Pokemon enough times that I almost know by heart which trainers are gonna have which Pokemon, because you do get a bit of a sense of who carries what based on what their sprite looks like. You know, if it's a hiker, it's gonna be like a rock or a fighting type. If it's a camper, I guess there's a little more variety, but generally it's like a normal grass or poison or flying. And swimmers obviously are going to use water. The only ones that are harder to tell are the ace trainers. I don't even think there's... No, actually no, there's ace trainers in Victory Road, I'm pretty sure. And you can't really... Those are a lot harder, but again, after playing enough times, you get a sense of... there's like... He is this, she is that. There's a Geodude, there's a Graveler. And it kind of makes the game a little... I don't know, I don't think it's cheesing the game so much, but there's definitely something wonderful about playing a game. You know, playing it for the first time, you don't know what they're gonna send out. You might want to strategize a little bit of like, okay, I'm gonna send out this Pokemon first because it has the most resistances, and then, or I can use this move and then switch, and it won't be as detrimental. I do miss that sometimes, and there's new Pokemon games that are out that I could play. I played Sun and Moon, and I don't want to be, you know, seen as like, oh, you hate Sun and Moon because it's not the same as the originals. It has its own charm, and it does. Sun and Moon definitely has its own charm with the whole like island challenges and whatnot, and that's completely fair. No, it's still a good game, and I'm not saying if you like Sun and Moon, then, you know, you're wrong for liking it. Of course not. If you like any game, go for it. I'm not gonna get on it just because you like it. I didn't like... And we still played the full thing of Sun and Moon, so it might sound a little hypocritical, but what I missed was the whole gyms and using HMs, because they kind of took that out. They changed it so, you know, there's no downside to having an HM or to using one on a Pokemon, right? Because once you used one, you couldn't remove it unless you went to the move deleter. So you had to pick and choose, like, okay, do I want to catch something else and then do a that I'm not going to use on my team? And if so, is that just going to be, is that going to weaken my team any? Like, which one do I want to get rid of just to swap them out? And you had to pick and choose a little bit. Oh gosh, Hyper Fang. Ooh, a little strong. There was a little more strategy to it. By taking that out, it kind of just made the game too easy. It felt so linear, and there's not a whole lot of progression because, or exploration, because it's like, here's a barrier, you know, this is blocking this because it is. There's like a roadblock for a certain route, and you can't go past it, and there might be like a tiny patch of grass there, like a trainer. So you have to go do something in order to unlock that, but sometimes it doesn't even seem related. It's not like, oh, there's, you know, a herd of Poros stamped across the road, like, come back when these moved, or like, we can't get them to move for some reason, and you have to go do something that gives you an item which you then can use to make them move, or something along those lines. It was just, you had to go talk to this person, which is unrelated, and then the barrier's suddenly gone. Like, I didn't like that part. I didn't like that kind of stuff, because it just felt very like, no, we absolutely want you to do this first, because heaven forbid you go explore and you get lost and forget what to do, right? I mean, this one, let's take Pokemon Blue for example. The first thing you do is you just show up in your room. You know, Prof Oak does this little speech, blah blah blah, come visit at the lab, and it just plops you into the game. You're like in front of a SNES, like, what do I do? you end up walking around. You might accidentally go into the grass, which will trigger it, but if you go to the next house, it's Daisy, and she tells you that your so-and-so is at the lab. You go down to the lab, and you talk to your rival, who's like, oh, Gramps isn't here. You know, I think he went off somewhere or something like that, or go search somewhere else. kind of a dick. And then you do, and you might look through the rest of the town, and you're like, I don't know where else. Like, I've talked to everyone here. The only place I can go afterwards is up. So I'm gonna go up, and then that triggers the event. But nowhere along it does it, like, stop you. There's no barrier in front of the pathway north, or the pathway to Route 1, where they're like, no, go check with the next house first, and then make sure you go to the lab instead, and then you can go to the route to trigger Professor Oak, right? There's just so much more freedom. And I really appreciate games that give you the freedom to do that. And I'm sure there's tons of people that really talk shit about the same kinds of things, where they're like, you know, this game holds my hand too much. Well, some people like that. Some people want some hand holding when they're playing a game, especially if they're new to gaming. You know? I feel like a lot of people who, just my opinion, or I think that the people who might be complaining about hand-holdy games are people who've played games before or played similar types of games for a while. And someone who's new to playing games, you know, if someone had never played Pokemon before and you slap Pokemon in Blue in front of them, especially nowadays where people are more like, let's go, you don't have everything's about going fast, everything's about speed these days, which might not be a popular opinion, and I could be completely wrong. Again, this is all just personal speculation. I didn't use Tail Whip. Why did it disable Tail Whip? Anyways, the point I'm making is, I think hand-holding games are okay for a certain, for people who appreciate that kind of stuff, or, you know, really are new to playing games and need a little more help getting into it. I think that's fine. But I think that should be optional. I think games should have a, have you played this before? Or are you new? Have you played this exact game before? Or have you played similar games before? And then it leads you into whether you want to go through a full, really long hand-holdy tutorial, skip right into the game, or like something in the middle. Because that way, it gives people options, and probably a lot less complaining. Because if you're, for example, we played a game, a new game that I haven't played, some of the like first-person shooter games, which I don't play very much of, if not at all. I might want a decent tutorial. We'll each take one. No being greedy. Yes, yes, we get fossil. That wasn't too bad. Didn't even need to use my... Of course, I'm level 21. Alright, what do we got here? I'll continue my point after I make a decision. Helix? Or... I'm gonna want the dome. I'm sorry if anyone was hoping I'd pick the Helix fossil. Like Kabuto. Little scuttling looking crab kind of thing. Right, so my point. Yeah, having those options would be great, because if you wanted to play a game that wasn't super hand-holdy, then you could. Or if you wanted something in the middle that kind of explained the game a little bit, wasn't extremely, again, hand-holdy. That's probably not the right term to use either, and I'm probably overusing it. But it that might solve some problems. But then again, that could also be extremely difficult to program in, and I'm sure there's something to do with, you know, sales. You want your game to sell, so you want people to play it, and if people have a hard time figuring it out, they might just move on. Again, people might, these days I think there's less attention span to certain Roland. That's interesting. The games, because if it doesn't catch interest, it's very quickly moved on, rather than perhaps in the past, people may have tried to, you know, really stick with the game because maybe there just wasn't anything else, right? There's so many games on the market these days, and if yours doesn't stick out, you could really not gain any traction. Of course, I'm talking as if Nintendo isn't super widely known, but of course they are. So that's just kind of in general terms. So I don't know. That was a weird spiel I went on, and I hope that wasn't. I hope no one was offended by it by any means or takes anything too literally. I just thought that it might be interesting to explore why people might think, or why people sometimes don't like games if they're too hand-holdy. And it all started with Pokemon Sun and Moon. I'll get back to my own opinions on that and stop ranting about other things. I thought it was too hand-holdy for too long. Have it a little bit in the beginning, and then let me explore a little bit. You know, let me reach areas where I have to make a choice of, oh, should I go left or should I go right? I don't know. How do I want to go here? Like, I want to explore more and not progress the game, and maybe I take a path. I'm like, oh shoot, that progressed. I'm gonna backtrack so I can go to that other place, right? I just want to explore everything. I love exploring in games. I did like the Guardian Pokemon of it for Trials, right? There was like these souped up, bigger versions of Pokemon with like better stats and whatnot. You're like, oh, cool. How do I get around this? It would have been, I think, it could have been improved just by having some more mechanics about it, because it's still a 1v6, right? I think actually some of them might have extras. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played it. I'm gonna fight a rival. Okay. Ooh. Hope we can beat him. You think he still has Bulbasaur, but it's still gonna be strong against us. Hey, I don't know. I miss the gym leaders. I miss having that, because that's just how I grew up and how I played so many of the other games. You know, from Blue all the way to, what was Black and White 2? Again, that's just my personal thought. No one has to agree or disagree. It was just my choice to discuss it, which hopefully wasn't the wrong choice to have that discussion. Anyways, moving on. We're fighting our rival Ass. Things are going okay. I don't appreciate the sand attack, Pidgey. Got sand in my eyes. That's okay, because we'll switch out and our stats will be reset. Like nobody's business. Pretty sure Albert doesn't have any moves, so it's kind of a waste of time. The only one that's really going to give us any trouble is Bulbasaur. Yeah, it failed. Okay. So, I'm not really going to waste any moves here. As long as I can take down Bulbasaur, we're fine. Shouldn't be faster than me. I probably will still end up using, like, Tackle. He didn't immediately switch to them either. Okay, still doing good. We got lots of potions. Leviathan's level 13. Yeah, I'll still switch. Like I said, I still have potions. The health isn't really an issue. I can switch back and forth, but I probably won't switch out for the last one when he sends out Bulbasaur. Oof, that was a critical. Dang. Probably will need to use Blue on it, because he's going to use that, and it's going to be super effective. This is where it becomes, it gets really tricky, because we can't pick anything else. We can, oh, that was a bad move. I will still have more than 50 health. Oh crap! Oh, okay, that doesn't work on the first turn. Ooh, we were in trouble for a sec. Phew! And it worked! See, everything's fine. Boy, oh boy. I think that was the first time I was really concerned about losing. Not counting the first fight. I wasn't worried. I used the potion because I felt like it, not because I thought we were backed into a corner. Okay, next up is Nugget Bridge. But we also got through Mount Moon entirely. And we're approaching we're probably getting close to the end of the episode, I think. Yeah, we'll probably do it. Maybe we'll start Nugget Bridge on the next one. But that was fun. Again, I really like this game, and I really hope everyone else who chooses to watch it enjoys it. Next episode, we will tackle Nugget Bridge and we get Leviathan to 15 where he can finally get a move. I hope so. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you liked the video, please feel free to hit the like button and click the subscribe if you're not already. And you can get updated on when new videos do come out. I will try my best to get them out without too much delay. I am going to be uploading casually, so probably going to be a little slow. I'm sorry. I got a lot of other things to do. But yeah, so see you next time.